how you actually use each and every one of them. Yes, this is the process. Trust it. Oh, my sunscreen is peeling and everything, but I have a simple hack for you. Hey guys, today I am going to walk through every single ingredient on how to actually use it and how to integrate it into your routine. So let's go. First up is vitamin C. This ingredient can be used both morning and evening. It depends on your routine. I personally like to use it in the morning because I like to use it as an antioxidant throughout the day, plus it boosts my SPF efficacy. How you are going to use it is the first step in your routine. So first you cleanse your face. This can be with water or with soap depending on your skin type. Next you're going to dry your face completely and then you add your vitamin C. Let it dry in for about 2 to 5 minutes and then you can continue with your routine depending on you want to go in with some hyaluronic acid and snail mucin moisturizer, and then you're going to finish it off with a SPF. And that is basically how you use vitamin C. It always states on the bottle on how much you need to use of it, but I use maybe 4 to 6 drops depending on the vitamin C. Next up is hyaluronic acid, and hyaluronic acid has many ways of doing it the correct way, but honestly it kind of depends on the hyaluronic acid if you ask me, because some hyaluronic acids like this one from SkinCeuticals can actually be used on not damp skin, actually not dry skin, but you know, you don't need to put a mist on before. And then other hyaluronic acids such as this one from Troyden, I need to apply this onto damp skin because otherwise I feel like it peels off with the other layering of my product. So you kind of need to figure out what works best for your hyaluronic acid on your skin. So how I use it is basically I put on my vitamin C. If I want to put on peptides for that day, I'm going in with peptides, and then I'm going in with my hyaluronic acid. I like to spray some mist all over my face when applying hyaluronic acid. Usually, even though hyaluronic acid can be used without damp skin, I just feel like it works better for my skin because I have dry skin and sensitive skin, so why not? Then I apply maybe 3 to 6 drops depending on the texture of the hyaluronic acid, and then I follow up directly right after with a moisturizer. Let that dry in a couple of minutes, then the SPF. Same goes for the evening time. I use hyaluronic acid both morning and evening because I feel like it gives this plumpy, juicy skin that I need. Next up we have AHA and BHAs, and this is also known as exfoliants, and we want to use exfoliants depending on how our skin kind of needs it. So if you have dry skin, you can use a glycolic acid to boost your hydration levels, which also helps with fine lines, wrinkles, texture, and you can go in with a BHA, aka salicylic acid, if you want to target your large pores, your oily skin, and texture caused by bacterial inflammation. So it really depends on what your skin needs, but what goes for both of them is how you actually use it. So the way you use it is going in the evening with your exfoliants. I know some bottles says that you can use it both morning and evening or in the morning time, but just in case, try to start at least in the evening because then it's less irritating towards sunlight and you just kind of let your skin not get so irritated or sensitive with it on. So just go in with the evening in the beginning, then you can tab up and do whatever you want when your skin is used to it. When you're going in with your exfoliants, the first step is cleanse. Now, when we're going in the evening time, always make sure to double cleanse because then we know that there is no SPF, no makeup, and no dirt residue, anything on your skin. So then you take your given exfoliant. It can be an AHA, it can be a BHA. It all depends on what your skin needs and your skin type. So let's say we're going with a BHA, and the BHA needs to be applied onto a cotton pad because that's just, it doesn't need to, but that's just how I like it. And then I just take the BHA, press it out on my cotton pad, and basically I just pat it all over my face. And this is usually best for me, at least in my T-zone, because I'm more oily in the T-zone, and especially up to my period I need to decrease my oil production because it just goes out of this place. So I always do it like in the T-zone like this, but if you're oily skin bestie, go around wherever you feel like you need to. And then you basically just let it dry in for around 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how long this kind of BHA needs to be dried in. And then you just follow up with your moisturizer. And the same goes when you are using an AHA, dry clean skin, and then you go in with your exfoliant, let it dry in, and then follow up with the moisturizer. That is the basic steps you need when you exfoliate. Also, remember to do this around 1 to 2 times a week if you exfoliate with an AHA, because this helps to remove the dead skin cells from your skin and boost your collagen production and boost your hydration levels. But you don't want to overdo it because that can actually be a very irritating process for your skin. But when you're using a BHA, this is very individual. So you can use it 1 time a week, you can use it 3 times a week, you can use it every day sometimes. But it really does depend on what your skin needs. And I know my best friend, she uses it maybe every other day, and I could never because she has oily skin and I have dry skin, so that just collides. Do what works for you, but basically just keep it on the low and slow in the beginning, and then you can build up if you need to. Next up, retinoids. And these can be applied in very different ways. I know there are many disagreements around what works best for your skin and what you need to do. You need to do the sandwich method, you need to not do the sandwich method, wow. But we're going to get through it, and then you can kind of decide what may or may not work best for you. When you use a retinol, this can be a retinol serum, which is very liquidy. It can be more creamy. It can be very Vaseline-like, like this retinol palmitate. It can also be more of a capsule thingy we have going on, which is very dosed. And then we also have something called retinal and retinol palmitate. We also have something called pro-retinol. It all depends on what your skin needs, but let's go through it on how you actually use each and every one of them. If you have dry and sensitive skin, I would actually recommend you to either go in on dry skin, because when you apply a retinoid onto dry skin, it penetrates less into your skin, which can result in less irritation on your skin. But you can actually also do the sandwich method, though I don't like this method because if it's not done correctly, it can actually kind of penetrate deeper into your skin, which can cause irritation. But if you want to benefit from the sandwich method, you need to apply your moisturizer first, and this is the first step. Apply your moisturizer, let that dry in for about 10 to 20 minutes. And yes, this is a process. Trust it. Moisturize first, and then you go in with your chosen retinol. Apply a pea-sized amount onto your whole face. Let it dry in for 20 minutes again. Yes, and then you can go in with your moisturizer again. And this kind of builds up a barrier for the retinol, which can also decrease irritation for your skin. So it is a great method, but if it's applied directly after each other, it just helps to make the retinoid penetrate even deeper into your skin. So you can do it if you do it the correct way and wait for each step to work its best. If you want to use raw retinol, this can be used just as a regular moisturizer because it's already integrated into the product. So this actually acts like both a moisturizer and a retinoid. So that's just it. Last step. This one, nothing else. Next up, we have niacinamide. And niacinamide is this great ingredient for dark spot care, hyperpigmentation, sun pigmentation, everything. So how you are going to use it kind of depends on when it fits into your routine. But I would recommend going in, with a daily goal. But for some, niacinamide can also be very irritating. So always start slow. Start by every other day or every third day. And don't do it both morning and evening in the beginning. Try to do it either only morning or either only evening. It kind of depends on what you feel like would work the best for you. I know I would always take a slow approach because I am so goddamn sensitive and I don't want to risk anything. There are many different niacinamides out there, but try to go in with a little bit lower percentage in the beginning, and then you can build up if you feel like your skin needs more, but try with a 5% or a 7.5%, and maybe a 10% works best for you. It kind of depends on your skin. How you are going to integrate it is, for example, in the morning, you apply your cleanser first, then your vitamin C, then your niacinamide, then your hyaluronic acid, then your moisturizer, and then your SPF. That is the step-by-step you can integrate your niacinamide. In the evening, you can, for example, go in with your double cleansing first, then your niacinamide, then your moisturizer. If you also use a retinol, you can go in with double cleanse first, niacinamide, retinoids, then your moisturizer. So it kind of depends on also the textures of your products, but this is usually a really good step-by-step go-to, I think. Next up product is sunscreen. And for some of you, you say that, oh, my sunscreen is peeling and everything, but I have a simple hack for you to do if you don't want your sunscreen to peel. When you apply your serum and then your moisturizer, then you need to wait not more than 2 minutes for it to kind of absorb a little bit, and then you go in with your sunscreen. This has been the ultimate hack for me because I was also experiencing peeling, but this hack has really taken it down. And then of course sometimes, you know, products collide and you can't do much about it. But this hack has actually prevented maybe like 90% of the time for me to just wait those 2 minutes for it to sink in a little bit, but still a little bit hydrated so it binds better. So yeah, wait those 2 minutes after your moisturizer and then go in with your sunscreen. And yes, that was a little on how to use each product into your routine and kind of taking it step by step and see what works best for you. I hope this video was educating, practical in use. You know what to do now. Otherwise, leave a comment, ask me, I'm here for you, and don't forget to subscribe. That would mean the world to me. But thank you so much for watching. Bye!